I don't do this often enough, so I'm stumbling and bumbling my way through here. Excuse me. Yep, last time I streamed was 11 months ago. It's basically a year. So, hopefully y'all can hear me. Make sure that my sound is on. I'm going to test the sound here. Y'all can hear me. Yep. That's pretty good latency too. Well, I guess that makes sense, but even so. How y'all doing? Been 2 months since my life update video. Who are the top fans? Be the first on the leaderboard of my own channel to show support. Because that's very important. Anyhow, I did a poll 4 hours ago. Only one person voted, and they wanted politics. Thanks. No thanks, guys. Before I get into it, a word from our not sponsor. So it is the now second annual Bachelor live stream. It's Bachelor because the wife took the kids to family to do Halloween in a few days. We live in an area that's not really conducive to trick-or-treating. So they go and see grandparents and cousins and go door to door the old-fashioned way, the way we used to do it back in the day. So that's good. They have a better time. And they have a better time doing that instead of trying to do it here. All they have here is like trunk or treats. So there's nothing wrong with that. It just misses a key aspect of the experience of Halloween trick-or-treating. So there you go. Politics. Of the four things I put on the poll, the four topics that I have on my poll, the one that I know least about, that I've been following least about, is politics. A friend of mine gave me some grief about that a couple weeks ago. He was like, "What? You haven't been paying attention to the politics?" Like, no, I haven't. What's up, Stephen Shepard? Hi. I hope you all are doing well. You said hi. Yep. So, whichever one person who said politics, screw you. You better show up and apologize. Just kidding. Anyhow, yeah, the second annual abridged Bachelor live stream. 10 people. What's up, Jose? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Do I play Fortnite? No, I don't play Fortnite. Saludos de Venezuela. Uy, ¿estás bien? No recuerdo mucho mi español. Un poco. Solamente un poco. No, I don't play Fortnite. Twice. Okay. I admire you very much. Well, thank you. Why? It was very kind of you. What game do I play? Oh, muchas gracias. Me, bro. Steven, I don't really have time to play games a whole lot anymore. I got Farthest Frontier a couple weeks ago, and I played it, and I enjoyed it. Muchas gracias. I speak Spanish well. Yeah, thank you. God bless you. I've been playing, of all things, I kind of hinted at it, over the past couple of years, but I play Raid Shadow Legends, which sounds really dumb, especially in light of Stranger Days. I released Stranger Days about 6 years ago. And the whole point of that was like, don't get locked into the virtual Yeah, I don't speak English even a little bit with the translator. No, don't download Raid. Don't download Raid. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Um, the nice thing about Raid that fits my lifestyle is that it's like in the background. I can hit auto and just go. Okay. And I like certain aspects of it. I don't recommend it. Don't if you, okay, we're back. It's like the same way I treat Tom Clancy novels. I, I don't go out of my way to recommend them. But if you're interested, I'll talk about it. My wife, I finally told her like, I read Without Remorse once a year, and she was like, "Really? So that's like 6 times now." I was like, "Yeah, okay, I guess I'll pick it up." Because of course I have a copy. I have a physical copy. What part of the U.S. are you from? I live in the Midwest, which is general enough that you're not going to guess. But to name a state, I live in Missouri. So my wife is going through that chapter by chapter, and she's like, "I see why you like this so much, but it's not really for me." You know what Roblox? I do know what Roblox is. And if you're under the age of 18, don't play Roblox. If you're over the age of 18, don't play Roblox. Get a real game. Get a real man's game. Missouri? Okay. Missouri. Technically, it's pronounced Missouri. Some New Yorker gave me a lot of grief for that. I'm like, fine, whatever. It's Missouri. Like, who cares? You play Minecraft and Roblox. Okay. I used to play Minecraft like 15 years ago. That's a good game, but I'm past it now. I got me a monster. Delicious. Love it. It's my favorite monster. I got my favorite Dorito with me. Blaze and Buffalo Ranch. ¿Cómo lo aprendiste el español? How did I learn my Spanish? La escuela. A la escuela. High school. 2 años. 2 años en la escuela. And then I practice it at work. Yo practico a mi trabajando. Trabajar? Yeah, whatever. Can't tell you what I named my dog. What did you name your dog in Minecraft? And please make it PG. Did you name it Goat Ray? Oscar? I hope it at least has the colors of a German Shepherd. If I were your neighbor, I named it Marshall. Okay, interesting. Marshall. If I were your neighbor, there would be no problem talking and having a couple of drinks. Sí, muy bien. Yo me gusta cooking en la cocina. Yo me gusta la comida. I like Monster. My favorite is the normal. Nice. Classic. Good deal. That's funny. I lived in Arizona for 8 years, and I never used Spanish even once. I guess I used it once. I was in Phoenix one night, and I had to get food because I was coming back from the airport, and I stopped by the only place open was a Mexican place, so I had to use Spanish for that too. Excuse me. This is the only time I used Spanish in Arizona. 8 years there. Then I moved to Missouri, and I use it at my job all the time. You're the first to like me and subscribe to support. Muchas gracias, señor. Muchos años. This channel started in late 2012. You're the first. Have you ever had the strawberry and cream? I have. I expected better out of it. I wish strawberries and cream sounds, is right up my alley. I didn't all that much. You know, Stephen, were you the person who said talk about politics? Who's the dirtbag who said, "Oh, I'll talk about politics"? Just joking. You're not a dirtbag. I just found diamonds. First one. Nice. So, what's going on in the world of politics? I honestly just don't care. It's been wonderful. Should I make a sword? No, I'd make a pickaxe first. You're gonna need 3 to make a pickaxe, but once you get a pickaxe, a diamond pickaxe, like then you can harvest a lot more diamonds. It becomes a lot easier. Yeah. So I got in trouble with a friend because I reposted something. The Department of Homeland Security used the Pokemon theme music in one of their tweets. I'm not calling it an X. That's just dumb. It'll forever be Twitter in my mind. People who say X are just, please don't. Elon, that was a really big blunder. Why'd you do that? So DHS used the Pokemon theme song in one of their tweets, and I was like, "That's funny," but at the same time, it's a really serious, like, people are getting deported. I have really mixed feelings about it. He's like, "How dare you?" So my friend, of course, saw it. And he was like, "How dare you laugh at fascistic stuff?" And he was like, "I bet." And then a couple of days later, he said, "Bet you're really regretting who you voted for." And I'm like, "Oh, who'd I vote for? Who did I vote for? Let me ask chat. Who did I vote for in the 2024 election for president? Who did I vote for?" Did I vote for Trump? Did I vote for Kamala? Did I vote for Ron Paul? Did Gary Johnson run again? I forget. You chose Trump. But what? Who did I vote for? Who did me? Me. Who did I vote for? See, my reaction to that tweet made my friend assume that I had voted for Trump. But when I asked him, who did I vote for? He was like, "Wait, you didn't vote for Trump?" And I was like, "Here's the answer. No, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala either. I didn't even vote for Ron Paul." Ronnie McNutt. You can download Roblox. Add me. I could. Oh man, grow some diamond skin, some thicker skin, dude. Ronnie McNutt. What does Ronnie McNutt look like? Am I gonna get in trouble? You send me on a wild goose chase here. You're gonna get me in trouble with my internet service provider. I'm gonna go to incognito mode here. That way, FBI can't track me. Well, oh, Minecraft skin. Bizad Sherry, hey, what's up? I'm doing great, man. It's good to see you. No, I'm not interested in playing Roblox. Military personnel, Ronnie McNutt. Oh no! Oh, this is an interesting rabbit hole. Hyunjin, hello. Poor guy. Oh, he had mental health problems. God rest his soul. It's about my age too. You're right. I kind of do look like him. So where are you from? I live in Missouri right now. Woo, Paleo PH. Hello. Wait, I meant less. Welcome to the love stream. You can't have me. I'm very much taken. We should call this a love stream. Can I rename this a love stream? How do I do that? Edit video. I'm going to call it the love stream. Please, I have no followers. The love stream. Backed by unpopular demand. All right, save. Is it saved? How do I save this? Is it saved? Oh, there it is. There's a button. There's a big black button that says save. Close. There you go. What is your name? You can call me Annex. Sometimes I go by Annex of Rhodes. Turn live streams into shorts. No, let's not do that. YouTube has all these helpful creator things in the studio, isn't there? Oh, that's one comment I'm not kidding. Forever remember. No, I don't. I'm not familiar with many rappers. How do I go to the thing? Here we go. What else do I play these days? Look them up and watch Liar Happy. Okay. I'm pinning that comment. You're definitely not getting it back. If you want me to, I'll unpin it. Anyhow, like I don't I don't even follow the politics. Like my friend got mad at me for apparently like advocating the thing I liked about that tweet. The only thing I liked about that tweet was the fact that a federal agency was using very unprofessional humor in their official tweets. Everything else about that, I was like, not too happy about that. I don't know how I feel about that. But I mean, it was funny to see Pokemon music edited onto video clips of ICE doing their work, deporting people. But the deporting people, I don't know how I feel about that. But while using meme music is funny to me. Do you know any other YouTubers? I do know other YouTubers. I do know some other YouTubers. Most of them I won't say who they are. I don't want to start drama or anything. I don't know. I used to be like, are they famous? Yeah, some of them are kind of famous. I don't know if I even just, I don't know. I don't want to get anyone in trouble or nothing. A lot of them have moved on, honestly. So like a lot of people in Ninja Scridged, my one shot of Ninja Scroll, are moderately big, popular abridgers and voice actors. Again, that was Eagle 8 Burger. He's been in the abridging business for quite a while. I think he could be famous if you keep trying. I love you. No, I'm retired. I'm a retired abridger. Not going to happen. I'm done with that. I like to open. This is like a chapter in the book, and I like to go back to the chapter and read it and think about it and stuff like that. But ultimately, no. This chapter is closed. I'm done with the chapter. Like who else do I know? Pedantic Romantic. He was actually a big fan of the channel, and eventually, I don't know if he goes by he anymore. I think he goes by anything, whatever. But I knew him back in 2015, 2016, before he transitioned. We don't really keep in touch anymore, but there was a while there, like we talked pretty much daily just about stuff. And he's not someone that I would agree with on a lot of stuff, like on a lot of stuff, but we got along just fine. Script Weaver, he made a bunch of videos and then kind of just fell off YouTube, probably having a real life. Good for him. Mercury Falcon, I still catch his. I'm still subscribed to him. He played Jubei in Ninja Scridge. Do you think I could get famous like you? I'm not famous. I have 1,300 subscribers. That's not famous. That's graphite level in YouTube terms. You know how YouTube has its like play buttons. You got like the silver one, the gold one, the platinum, and then you get to like 50 million. You get like a red ruby one or whatever. Yeah, 1,000's like the graphite. They just like draw one in. I should make a graphite play button and slap it back here. Should I post? I mean, what do you want to post? I don't know. Are you going to post Minecraft and Roblox commentary? Like that's already pretty saturated. There's a huge market for it, but there's also like so much content already existing for it. I got a brother that does YouTube videos, and he's about as successful as I am. So in fact, he just got married, so this one's for my bro. That's cool. Anyhow, Ark, if you know Ark, he's a really close online friend of mine. I need to visit him one of these days. He needs to come up here too. Several years ago, but after 2020, he was like, my politics haven't changed very much, but my attitude towards politics has. And when he said that, that really resounded with me. That really resonated inside of me. I was like, yeah, that's true. My politics haven't changed a whole lot. There's a couple of positions that I would say have dramatically changed, but in the grand scheme of things, like I'm still, I could go back and look at rants I wrote out and never saw the light of day, which is the way you're supposed to do it. I could go back and look at my political writings from 10, 12, 15 years ago, and I'd probably say, yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just like, nah, I don't care. The person I voted for president in the 2024 election, I will divulge to you now, is no one. I did not vote for anyone for the presidency in 2024. I left that option blank. I don't have any confidence in the federal government anymore. I don't believe in the nation of the United States. If everyone in D.C. was forcibly extricated, shipped to an island, given Netflix and food, and told to just frolic. Meanwhile, D.C., now unpopulated D.C., just got turned into a big old parking lot. I'd be perfectly happy with that. Second best is to leave the Oval Office completely empty for 4 years and just see what happens. Look at all the 4-star generals. Just have the 4-star generals argue about how to allocate military assets. Have the states actually have to do something for themselves. Stephen, I'm sorry to hear that about your situation. I pray it gets better for you. You don't have to say your real name, but yeah, hang in there. I care a lot more instead about local politics, uh, about what happens like locally. So I read the paper. I got a copy of the paper down here somewhere. Here it is. Just trust me. That's the paper. Um, and I read interesting things about that. I posted a couple months ago that our county assessor did something pretty based. They were pressured by like the assessor's office or whatever, like the Greater Assessors Association or whatever. Like, hey, you haven't increased tax values on properties in forever. Like, you know, you can't do that. We won't stand for that. Like, we're going to remove you from office. And they're like, go ahead and try. I'm not going to do it. We're going to pull funding. And they're like, go ahead. We're fiscally solvent for like another decade. What time is it for you? Whatever Missouri time is. Oh, so you're on the East Coast. Cool. I only care about national level politics if it makes me laugh. That's it. Why don't you care about things? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Anyone who's actually in any position to do anything in DC fits the definition of exceptional. Okay, you look in the dictionary, there's a JPEG of them. That's exceptional. They're an exception. Most of us manage your household. Work hard at work. Be honest in all your dealings. Have a good reputation. If you can, get married, settle down, have lots of kids. Enjoy Sabbath feasts, that sort of thing. And get involved locally with whatever your local place is doing. Move to a community that you are. Move to a community that you want to see grow. Excuse me. That's what my wife and I did a few years ago. I left a really good high-paying job that I loved to move closer to family, and there were a lot of options, including where each of our families was. Southeast Asia. Whoa. Really cool. You are far, far, far away. Very cool. Paleo, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite dish? I'm curious. And tell me the right way to make it. And I'll figure out the right way to make it. But we moved here because we felt called here. We could have moved to where my folks are. We could have moved to where my wife's folks are. And those were valid options. Somewhere in between would have been good too, because she has some family that's in between here and more of her family. But eventually we settled on here, and it's been a huge blessing. It's worked out really well. These are the kinds of people that we want to be around. And we know that's not for everybody. I have a friend in New York who, I guess he's no longer in New York. Anyhow, I can't say he's my friend in New York anymore. Whatever. I had a friend who used to live in New York. And I was like, I don't want my laws to affect you. So please don't make your laws affect me. Like, I want New York to be its own thing. I want California to be its own thing. I had a coworker who complained about California. Oh, can you believe these Californians? Like, you can't even like be a parent to your own kid. They're gonna transition behind your back. I'm like, that's in California. You don't live there. Leave them alone. Who cares? Do you live in California? Do you pay taxes to California? No? Then who cares? If there's something humorous that happens in California, okay, I'll read it and I'll laugh about it. If something happens in Florida, like Florida Man. The meme of Florida Man. Okay, I'll read that story and laugh at it. Great. That doesn't change my opinion about Florida. I think they should rule themselves. Don't put your dumb laws on me. I'm not going to put my dumb laws on you. That's how I feel about politics. That's pretty much it. What mattered a lot more to me last November was the stuff that happened in our state elections and in our local elections. That's what I pay attention to. At least I try to. It's actually a little tricky because we actually have quite a few elections, but we don't live within city limits. So a bunch of them I can't even vote for. I can't even vote in because I don't live in the city. They only apply to city limit, usually municipal stuff, water, sewer, that kind of thing. So, there you go. That's kind of where I'm at politically. What else do you want to know? Shall we get into other things? We can talk about abridging yet again. Someone messaged me on the Discord. I made the meme about the Toji meme. Okay, that's perfect. This is a perfect confluence. Something I brought up, and it applies to abridging. So, Ava Bait was a short series that I did after the completion of Upper Yon, because I like these characters. I could voice the characters. I could make these. I could write up these little shorts really easily, really quickly. I could voice them. Just didn't, and I wanted to create like a sort of talk show situation that they're in. I thought that'd be humorous to take very serious political matters and just break them down into humor, humorize them. Someone said, actually, these are quite insightful. I was like, good. One of them was on marijuana, narcotic substances, but specifically marijuana, because that one is like, I don't want to say a gateway drug, but it like kind of toes the line. There's medical marijuana, for example, which gets prescribed. I guess a similar one would be morphine, because that's used. Technically, fentanyl is used in hospitals and in some medical care, but it just gets abused to the point where people become junkies. All right, we got a battery. In that one, Toji says the line, "If I can't give an 8-year-old some black tar heroin, we don't live in a free society." Ballistic point of view. Toji, what the heck? Do you think I should? No, don't quit posting. Quit posting YouTube videos? I don't know. No, don't. Paleo, where'd you go? What are you eating? What are you eating right now? Or what'd you have for breakfast? Like, what does a Southeast Asianer have for breakfast? I'm curious. I want to make it. Anyhow, so Toji says this line about black tar heroin, and you're probably wondering. So you probably thought I came up with that myself. I didn't. Back when Call of Duty Ghosts came out and was played by about 2 people, me being one of them, I got in a lobby with someone who I think was a pretty rabid libertarian, or he was spoofing one. He was joking at one, and he started asking me about like my politics, and he definitely was leaning hard libertarian. At least, maybe he was just being a sophist. I don't know about it. Maybe he was just playing it. But Anyhow, he said, "Look, man, if I can't give an 8-year-old some black tar heroin, we don't live in a free society. Do you think I should be able to give an 8-year-old some black tar heroin?" Like, he took narcotics to their logical extreme. And so that's where the idea of like 8-year-old with give an 8-year-old some black tar heroin. Don't. Period. Full stop. Don't actually do that. Don't ever do that. Even if it's legal, don't do that. Don't. Before someone takes me out of context. But don't worry. Even if you did, it's just like, I'm 8 years old. How are you 8 years? Yes, you probably should go, actually. I didn't realize you were 8 years old. I'm not going to ask because that's kind of weird. But no, you're 8 years old. Get off the internet. Where are your parents and or guardians? I think you should get off the internet with blessing. Look, I got a child who's 7, and he's not on the internet. He's not going to be on the internet for another 11 years by design. So, no, I don't recommend being on the internet. You also shouldn't be playing Roblox. I don't recommend that either. Forward this. You're joking with me, aren't you? You took that line about 8-year-olds and black tar heroin. You're like, oh yeah, I'm 8 years old. Here we go. We are back. Quality, is it any good? There's a problem with it. I think I need to quit out of this. What happened? Oh, the stream conked out for about 30 seconds. Oh, where did you go, Paleo? It is fine. Sweet. Good to hear. Pardon me. I'm eating chips. No, it looks like I'm sponsored by Doritos. I don't believe you're 8. Your profile says that you got on YouTube 5 years ago. If you are 8 years old now, that means you joined YouTube when you were 3. I don't believe you. Also, the fact that your favorite monster is, I think you like Monster energy drinks. Like, no, you're not 8. You're like 28. Come on, dude. I feel both legs getting pulled here. Oh, what is going on with the bridging? Rel posted a new video today, otherwise known as My Toaster is Moist. He renamed himself a while back. So, good deal. Yeah, you're a teenager. Okay. All right. That figures. That tracks. But life's been pretty good. This time last year, I was not in a good place health-wise. Like, we were getting sick. The whole family, each of us was getting sick. It was something different about every month. You stranded at 13? You're 13? You joined at 13? But no, I'm doing much better now. Feel good. Feel pretty good. Mentally, I'm a little clouded, but I really can't complain. Life is good. I have a job. I like the work. I like the people. I have a good family. I'm in a good church. Oh, you started at 13, now you're 18. Okay, good. You're 18. Welcome to the internet. It's a weird place. House is still a mess, but it's going to be like that for a while. We bought a fixer-upper when we moved here. back when prices were climbing. Got really, really fortunate. Found a good place, some acreage. It's worked out. We're blessed. There's a lot of doom and gloom out there about the current state of events, social stuff, culture. It's all good. Sorry, no problem with bad spelling. You're all good, Steven. I have some general advice. Everyone's situation is different, and it's usually a lot more difficult than mine. So all I can do is offer some general advice that I also need to apply. Um, I'm further along, I guess. So here's my advice: take it or leave it. It's up to you. Get a job if you don't have one. Work hard at the job. Find a soulmate, someone you can spend the rest of your life with. Buy a house. Actually, buy the house. Buy the whole house. Yeah, I do suggest going to church. I'm going to suggest that on the side. Have kids and stay out of debt. And this is kind of like the groundwork for all the rest is like get out of debt, stay out of debt. Please stay out of debt. So many people are in debt, they get in debt. But nice. You like the church that you go to, Stephen? I will not be asking for your denomination. I don't want to know your denomination. In my opinion, the leadership of a church matters a lot more than the denomination. In communities where people make a really big deal of denomination, and I just don't care because after 2020, there was a really straight, narrow line in the sand between those who were more afraid of man and those who are more afraid of God. And the denominations on the latter side there vary greatly all over the place. There were some the churches that the churches that are in each group have more to do with the type of leadership rather than the denomination that they espouse. Yeah, your pastor's funny. Nice. That helps. That helps a lot. Keeps you engaged. Yeah, the church that we started going to, the leadership is extremely strong. Do you know about the Greek mythology god? Yep. Yeah, I know a thing or two about him. Not a whole lot, but a thing or two. I'm finding that I have to. Back in college, I dealt with questioning my faith. I don't know if I can safely say deconstructed. I don't know if that's accurate because any atheist who has deconstructed would say, no, you didn't really deconstruct. And so it's like, whatever. I'm just always going to be wrong against an atheist. Just whatever. You know, Zeus. Where was I going with this? Anyhow, I dealt with maybe not deconstructing my faith, but like questioning it and getting outside it. Because I went to Christian school all the way up through 12th grade. Learned about logical fallacies only to find out that I'm the one making them all over the place. Like, how does that work? Everyone wants to say, "Oh, I'm not making any logical fallacies. You're the one making logical fallacies." Like, okay, it's always what the other guy's doing. You would never do that yourself. It's what the other guy's doing. Gotcha. Okay. Oh man. But I safely tucked that away for quite a few years. And it's had to come up over the past year or so because my kids my oldest is getting to an age where he's starting to I don't know if he's able to figure this stuff out. He's able to reasonably talk to about these things, and they're coming up. So I have to defend my beliefs. I have to explain my beliefs, why I believe what I believe. But the way I believe is more like what I don't. It's kind of a rejection of what I don't believe, or rather, what I don't want to believe. It's a little complicated, which I'm sure an atheist would say, "No, it's not complicated at all. Come on to my talk show." No, that's bait. Atheist, no, actually, just any of those talk shows are bait. Any religious call-in show, that's bait. Don't bite. What's your favorite verse in the Bible? Mine is 2 Kings 7, 3 through 5. 2 Kings 7, 3 through 5. I will pull it up. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yours is Romans 5:8. Nice. Uh, 2 Kings 7, 3 through 5 has to do with 4 lepers who are sitting outside the city gate. And lepers in that day and age did not get treated well. They did not get treated, period. They're left outside to either miraculously get cured, which which didn't happen. There was leprosy. It was a death sentence. Or die, which is what they did. And these 4 lepers were like, one of them very sensibly spoke up and said, "Look, guys, if we stick around here, we're just going to waste away. Okay, we're going to die. If we go to the enemy camp, the Israelites have, I don't know, the Israelites have already kicked us out. If we go to the Syrian army, maybe, just maybe, they'll spare us. Maybe they won't shoot us on sight. So there's a good chance they're going to kill us anyway. But it's either die really fast over there or die really slow here. I want to take my chance. I'm going to roll the D20 and hope I roll a 20. Everything else is just getting skewered by arrows." So they do that, and they approach the camp, and there's no one there. God has convinced the Syrians that a huge enemy force is approaching, and they just blitz out. They get out of there. The 4 lepers go in, start rummaging through all the food and stuff, and filling their bellies. And eventually, one of them says, "This is not right that we're enjoying this and not sharing it with our brothers and sisters back in Israel. Let's go tell them about this." And so they do that. When you look for memorable verses in the Bible, you don't exactly look in the Old Testament, honestly, and you really don't look in the Kings or Chronicles. The Chronicles especially have just a whole bunch of genealogies. That's where a lot of people stop reading their annual reading of the Bible. But when I saw that verse, it really stuck out to me because I see myself in the leper's position. The leprosy is essentially, in my view, the leprosy is essentially atheism. When I was exploring that, it's basically like we're going to die and then that's it, and then there's nothing, and then we no longer exist, and that's awful. To me, that's awful. I don't like that at all. I get that a lot of atheists are like, I'd rather have my consciousness cease. I recognize that, and I acknowledge that. I accept that they're being honest. Doesn't work for me. And there's about 4 or 5 people that I've found online that are atheists who are like, yeah, that doesn't work for me. Similar death anxiety. Um, they they see atheism as this awful black pit void, and they don't feel comfortable backing up from it because they're like, well, this is truth. I back up from it. Jesus is in my rear view, but I'm driving in reverse. Um, this is also a verse for me to bring up against Calvinists, Reformed theology types. They insist that no one comes to the Father except through Jesus. They believe no one comes to the Father on their own. Okay. Look, I still got to get up in the morning. I still got to get myself up every day to go to work, to do whatever, to do work. That's great that God pulls you up out of your bed every morning at 6 a.m., rise and shine. Fantastic. Honestly, great. But for me, I have to consciously do something. If I don't choose to, they're like, oh, you don't choose to believe. God has to make that happen. Okay. No, I'm not familiar with anything from Roblox. Sorry. But for me, it's like if I don't choose to believe at any given moment of the day, then I just don't believe. It's something I want to do. Belief is something that I want to do. But my faith is my own. I don't think it's from God, which means to a Calvinist, I'm technically not saved. So, there you go. That verse tackled both atheists and Calvinists in one fell swoop. It was impressive. And that's just my opinion on it. That's just been my experience on it. Y'all hear me still? Looks like it's just me. Oh. Anyhow, I've been dealing with that mentally. That's been exhausting. Okay, that's still good. I checked the temp, the volume, the temp, the volume. But if you're going through anything like that, don't look at YouTube comment sections. Don't look for YouTubers who are intentionally looking for blood sport. They'll never admit they're looking for blood sport. They'll say they're truth seekers. But in practice, all they seek is blood. That's what a lot of them are like. There's a lot of Christians like that too. Just released. I'm the last one here. You just realize you're the last one here. Yeah, it happens. It's okay. I'm a retired abridger. It's not very popular. But anyhow. One thing that our family's doing is every Saturday night we have a dinner set apart from all the other dinners, from all the other meals of the week. We call it our Sabbath feast. It's a feast in the sense that it's excessive. You know, we go all out. Dog, quit doing that. We'll do something special. We'll cook something special up. It might be a really nice steak. It might be chicken Alfredo with heavy cream instead of just plain milk. It might be really fancy quesadillas. It'll be something different. It might be fish. But we set that time out of the weekend. Already the kids at ages 7, 5, and 3 are starting to recognize, hey, Saturday night we have a special meal, and then we go and play games and watch a movie. I think it's really useful one night out of 7 to be like, hey, we're going to set this at a time. It's a family night. It's a special dinner. That builds true culture. That's something that the kids will remember, and that's something the kids will remember fondly. They'll remember it very fondly. And it's something they'll want to emulate wherever they go. Whatever they do in life, that's something they're going to want to do. It's true culture right there. You think about it, like Catholics who sort of drifted away from religiousness. I could see a Catholic in that situation still want to go to the fish fry or celebrate certain feasts. Why does everyone celebrate Christmas? Even if they're like not Christian or whatever. How long is this going to be? I'll watch it to the end. About 5 more minutes, maybe less. We'll see. I don't know if he's actually Muslim, but there's a lot of not very devout Muslims who still remember Eid, who still adhere to Eid, I guess. And they have happy enough memories of that holiday that they're like, I want to keep that. They want to be culturally engaged in that. So I think it's a good thing. If you're Chinese, you're probably thinking Chinese New Year. Like you probably still celebrate Chinese New Year as the special time. If you're from Mexico, you probably celebrate Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. That's true culture right there. Generally speaking, that's good culture. It's a good thing to do. Everyone needs to go watch Babette's Feast. Babette's Feast. I'm going to post it in the chat. It's a beautiful movie, beautiful film. It's a French/Danish film from 1987 about based on a 2-page, I guess, poem or short story by a woman who went under a male ghost name. It's amazing that like this beautiful 2-hour film, honestly, 2-hour film was pulled out of just 2 pages of a short story. It's incredible. It's just beautiful. Strongly recommended. If you can find it dubbed, I would not do that. I would say watch it subbed. Read the subs, the subtitles. I think it's important. Just beautiful, fascinating film. I'm going to leave you all with that. Guys, God bless. Thanks for showing up, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.